Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or welcome to Champs At Last, the podcast where we just chat shit about wrestling. I'm your host, Andrew, and as always, I'm joined by Lee. How are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. I've been counting down the hours today to finish work. I have, so it's nice.
Nice.
That's
I've
about it.
I've got a little bit of a story this week.
Have you? Good, because I had nothing.
So, as you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Yep,
With light at the end of the tunnel.
maybe.
My mother had a letter today saying, because you're a carer for someone vulnerable, you're now priority to get the COVID jab.
Sure.
Only thing being is,
I think I know where this is going.
I've not had a letter yet. So the one who's actually vulnerable, nah, I'm just gonna leave him.
I reckon they were talking about your dad. So, is your dad had a letter?
No, he hasn't. Just my mom.
Amazing. I think you might need to call him.
Yeah, I emailed the doctor's surgery today and gone, have I been left out?
And it's just signed at you, yogurt.
Yeah, I'm just like, do you want me to die in this thing? Because I've literally said clinically vulnerable, and I've gone, oh shit, I probably should have just been higher up.
Oh, that's up there with us just strolling up to Stourbridge Spoons and going, lads, I ain't queuing. I'm going straight to the front of the queue at Lloyd's. I do not care. Just
Yeah, same sort of
man.
vibes.
Yeah, that's what we should have done.
So yeah, I think I probably should have been shielding from the first lockdown last year.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't now. Work made me go in, bastards.
Jesus Christ.
Let's talk about something more positive. Wrestling?
But it depends on how much you think the Miz being champ and now matching the record of Ric Flair and who else did you say? Macho Man? Is that who you said he matched in WWE titles?
It wasn't me, it was Greg, to be fair.
Who cares?
But you know,
You can claim
I'll plagiarise and take his work and say, yes, that's exactly what I put in the chat, Andrew.
Nice. Yeah, so it depends if you feel that is positive news or not.
Did you do you know the girl who became a meme when he first won the belt?
Angry Miz girl, yes.
Did you actually see what she said about his current title run?
I saw something like she's a big fan of him.
Yeah, she's actually a really big fan of him now.
Which is fine because people can change, and one of his title runs in the interim I liked. You know, it was good. I feel that she should not necessarily be as angry as she possibly felt the first time, but I still feel that she wouldn't necessarily be that positive about it now because it just seemed a bit weird. I know it was probably inevitable because he managed to trick Otis out of his Money in the Bank briefcase. Then that simpleton that he is.
Yeah, I just wish that she kept up with kayfabe and was like, "No, I fucking hate him.
He's a prick." Yeah. They've been pretty good.
I mean, they could have probably put her back on TV. No, she could have
been in the Thunderdome.
Could have got a quick little payday out of it.
Oh yeah.
Think about those opportunities, Andrew.
Exactly, man. It's all about hustling. Got to make that dollar, ain't you?
Yeah. That is literally all I've got to say about the main roster in WWE. Just, So hopefully,
Raw
actually wins the belt next week.
Yeah, Raw is trash.
It really is. I looked at the results and went, "Oh, this isn't for me."
Utter garbage. SmackDown, I quite enjoy their chamber match was decent. I like SmackDown chamber match.
It told a very good story. I love the fact they made Roman such a bastard that they had the match directly
straight after. Oh yeah, so good. I mean, your opponent's going to be fucked anyway, so why not just do it straight after? It's good booking, to be fair.
So they're going Edge versus Roman Reigns, I believe.
Yes.
At WrestleMania.
Yes.
So I'm feeling Rollins versus Cesaro at WrestleMania 2.
Oh, is it going to go that far? Do you reckon they're going to be able to team? I mean, it is.
There's a fast lane in between, isn't there?
Mm.
Oh,
they could just shoot the load and just do it then.
See, ideally, what I do is a triple threat match just for my entertainment. That could be in the stipulation, purely for Lee Orford's entertainment on night 2 of WrestleMania. Rollins, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan. Just putting them in a match, letting them do some shit. I enjoy it. I go to bed shortly afterwards.
Yeah, pretty good. I'll be happy with that. Yeah, it's a good job this has been recorded because I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, you're going to look a genius. So fair play.
Well, you know, that's why I chat a lot of shit on this. One thing is going to hit at some point, and it'll take me to the moon, Andrew.
To the moon. You haven't got enough money, though, mate.
No.
You might be smart enough to pull off the Ted DiBiase basketball trick, though. So there's that. But you haven't got enough money to pay out in case it doesn't happen.
Nah, to be honest, was probably I found it more entertaining than I probably should have done.
I don't know how he makes it work. How the fuck he keeps making that work? I don't know.
It was just after the first bit where he just turns around and goes, "Did you watch the whole video?" And he's like,
it's like,
I got the gist.
Yeah, I was like, I knew what was going to happen.
Good shit.
Well, that's good shit, man. If there's one thing that I don't think you probably predicted this week, and that is Paul Big Show White joining AEW.
No one saw that coming. No one.
It's not an RKO, but okay.
Well, when Greg dropped it in the group, I was like, looked at my phone, put it down, looked at it again, and went, "Huh?"
Yeah. Okay.
I went, "This is somehow not relevant, but also relevant at the same time."
Yeah. It seems like an interesting role as well, because I would assume it's predominantly commentary work, but it does also stay in ring, doesn't it?
And he's also commissioner.
Is it?
He is, which you know what that means, Andrew. Heel and face turns will be aplenty.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh jeez. Yeah, he's going to be all over the shop, isn't
he? Yeah, and also like Shaq's on AEW next week. And, you know, they always tease a Big Show versus Shaq match.
Oh, which I'm not interested in any way.
It does definitely mean the final nail in the coffin for your favourite Netflix show of the Big Show now. I know they cancelled it, but there's definitely no bringing it back now.
Yeah, I mean, they cancelled it. I would have been interested in a second series because it was just delightfully weird. The Christmas special of it was absolute dog shit. And I can see why they then thought, nah. But yeah, that's a weird show. I'd watch it again. It's funny. Just for the cruise episode. Mick Foley is hilarious.
Are you also avoiding talking about the major thing which happened on NXT because it still hurts? Are you ready to talk about Adam Cole yet?
Well, considering I have I've given myself a certain name when I signed into this video call, I still stand with Adam Cole.
Wow. I mean, the man is being a grade 8 cunt.
Adam Cole, baby.
He doesn't need Pat McAfee. He's literally just... He almost made me feel sorry for Roddy, and you know me, I never feel sorry for him.
I know, because, Roddy, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time here, son. You're going to get your ass kicked. And sure enough, he did.
So why did Finn come out? Just to, like, caused some shit because he realised he hadn't been on the show earlier. He was like, "Oh fuck it, I'll just go down."
Maybe. I wanted them just have a little sort of chat. I would have thought that would be more fun, just those guys just riffing off each other. But I mean, if it leads to an Adam Cole versus Finn Balor match, which I think it might do, if they're not going to have anything between, are they, before Mania?
Is this good? No, they're not going to do anything Mania weekend unless they've got something on the Friday night.
Oh shit!
Because obviously Mania's 2 nights, and then you never know. They might try and shoehorn in last year's Hall of Fame as well.
Yeah,
because I'm still yet to be inducted. But basically, it's going to be Finn versus Adam Cole for the rights of Bobby Fish's friendship. Maybe put him in a shark cage as well.
Okay.
Just for the added spectacle.
You've been drinking after work, fair enough, mate.
And I actually haven't. I fell over outside the doctor's now. That was fun.
Should be shielded, mate. You'd have been safe.
Yeah, should have been.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much anything that came out of NXT, really.
What about the no DQ match?
I was a little disappointed.
I thought it was a bit overbooked.
Yeah, I didn't need it to be a no DQ. I didn't know it was a no DQ until the night.
Yeah, no, sprung that one on me, to be fair.
I was just assuming we're just going to get a match. I thought, yeah, I was quite excited by that. I didn't need the extra bit, so it left me a little cold, and that is a shame because I was really looking forward to that match. But like I was saying for weeks, I was like, just shut up and fuck. Like, I don't care. I don't need you. Don't need the fluffing. Just wrestle like an arse, man. But yeah, well, it was still good. They still did a good job. Once we finally get that match, Jordan Devlin versus Santos Escobar, I think that's where the money is now. I want to see that match now.
I mean, I'm hopeful that we're going to get it at some point this year now.
Exactly.
Instead of never, which is what I was thinking a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because they still keep alluding to it on both sets of NXT, I believe.
They do. Not as much in the UK one. I haven't watched it this week yet. I haven't had a chance to.
Oh, I've seen one thing from NXT UK this week, but if you haven't watched it,
please do not spoil that one for
me.
I
won't say anything.
We can possibly watch it tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm happy to wait.
That could actually get me back into watching it full time.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll check that out. I can't remember what was our point there. Oh yeah, he's been probably maybe more occupied with whether Trent Seven's going to make weight and become 205. So
I mean, is that actually a gimmick?
Yeah.
What are they saying when Tracy? What are they saying? Trent weighs in that.
Hench.
That undefinable weight of hench.
Yeah. Last time they showed his progress, as it were. Stealth might be the word. Didn't look too bad.
Yeah, but come on, it's got to be. I mean this in no way disrespectful. He's got to be at least 230.
He's a big lad. Get down to 204. He's going to be tough, lad. We'll see.
There'll be nothing left of him.
He's going to get to 205 and then just take a shit and then I'm ready. Like that's how it's going to have to be.
He will be a husk of a man to 205 pounds.
He'll be more beard than he is man. In fairness, that might be how he loses the final pounds. He just shaves that beard off.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Hairless Trent 7 up against Jordan Devlin.
Oh, God, yeah. Jesus. I'm just going to stop you there. Just stop it abruptly, because that's a disgusting thought, Andrew.
I've booked it now, it's happened.
Yeah. Shall we go back and talk about what we should have discussed last week? But to be honest, neither of us could be arsed, and we had a lot of fun.
Neither of us could be arsed. One, because we'd already kind of watched this in November during Survivor Series week. We had to suffer through it the first time. And then, last week where knew it was going to be ours, so we just riffed on fucking who knows what. But apparently it was a good episode.
Yeah. One of our 5 listeners loved it.
Exactly. So yes, let us take you back to 2002, to November, I believe. Because actually, we only have one pay-per-view left of 2002. Then we will move into 2003. Crazy. It is a Survivor Series, which takes place at Madison Square Garden in New York.
Any interesting facts about that building?
To be honest, mate, I don't think anything of note has ever happened at that building. Of all the research I've done, I couldn't find a single thing that's ever happened at Madison Square Garden.
What about that Shaka Khan concert?
Oh, if only we could have gone to that. Instead, we're too preoccupied with going to Gennady Golovkin world title defense. Yeah, if we had to.
Part of me wishes we could have done both.
It would have been pretty fun.
Genuinely, if you put forward to me, like, beforehand, going to a Shaka Khan concert at Madison Square Garden, I'd been like, you know what, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it could be fair. We probably could have done that. Imagine the sort of times that would have started. That probably would have taken care of the undercard. And bear in mind, this would have been an undercard of people we didn't know.
Yeah.
Sure, it did have that great heavyweight fight, but that Argentinian bloke just got absolutely cold cut.
Yeah, like he got timbered.
Man, it was amazing. One of the few knockouts I've seen live, that was even the best. So, yeah. We probably could have done both,
Oh, well. Maybe next time.
Yeah. All I know is don't buy the food from Madison Square Garden. It'd be shit. And you have all of New York where we could have eaten beforehand, but we thought, nah, we'll just eat there, won't we? Oh, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we can still get pizza there. Awesome. How much is a pizza? Oh, okay. Well, we're here now. We've got to eat something.
Yeah, it was.
This pizza is shit.
It was expensive and shit.
Yeah. What was the beer? I feel like you could have shared that light beer between you because it was about $15 on it.
I think it might have been closer to 20, not 15. I saw it was like 8. I saw it was either like 18 or 20.
Oh, jeez, that is insane.
And then because we hadn't eaten all day and barely eaten a pizza, it was like I can't actually drink too many of these anyway. Good job of only having a one.
In fairness, I assume that probably happens to the guy that sat next to us, because why else would he have thrown up in the disabled list?
Jesus Christ. Right, stop. Yeah, I don't need to relive that. Right, Survivor Series 2002, go.
Indeed. Opening match was the Dudley Boys, which at the time was still Bubba Ray and Spike, teaming with Jeff Hardy.
Yep.
They were against 3-minute warning of Rosie and Jamal, who were still teaming with Rico and his ridiculous sideburns. I didn't watch this match back again, just because I didn't really see the point.
I mean, there's a lot of table bumps. I remember that.
Well, the stipulation was a 6-man tag tables elimination. Yeah. So yes, there were going to be at least 5 table bumps.
Yeah, but there's a couple of like iffy ones as well. So it seemed like a lot more. I mean, the crowd were into it. Nail of shit just flying everywhere.
It's opening match. It's one of those exciting things. Gets you pumped up. To be fair.
And also, I'm a big fan of 3-minute warning.
Yeah. In fairness, originally this was the first time that I'd seen them, and I was like, yeah, these guys are pretty good. Obviously now I've seen them a couple of times, but I'm still impressed. I like them. And you've got the classic Jeff Hardy spot, that big swanton, off the big gantry. So, right, yeah, it had everything you kind of wanted. And then it ends with Devon coming back to help out.
Yeah.
So
basically, in the end of his singles push, as a Reverend Devon, which to be honest, I liked. I really did enjoy that character.
Testify.
And just like, yeah, we'll pretend this never happened. Just go back to Bubba Ray, and you never did get that playoff match that you really wanted between them.
Didn't need it. So nice opening contest. That then moved us into the first title defense of the evening.
Yep.
The current longest reigning champion in WWE, Jamie Noble, up against Billy Kidman. Precursor to this is that Billy Kidman is 2 for 2 in matches against him. Hence why, obviously, he got his title defense. Now, WWE logic, to me, normally means that he's obviously not going to win the blow-off title match.
Yeah.
That's normally what happens. You win a couple of matches before against the champ, and then champ finally has to relent and listen to whatever management it is. He goes, you got that match. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I've got to have the match. But then the champ always wins. Like, that's just the bullshit that WWE have been booking for years.
Yeah, but back in 2002, it was very much, you beat the champ in a non-titles match. You then get a titles match. You win said title. So therefore it takes all the heat out of winning the bout anyway. Because the fans have already seen it.
Yeah, we might find a common theme as we go through these title defenses.
Yeah.
So far. Billy Kidman also debuted some new music for his entrance. It was forgettable. In nice terms, it was a bit shit.
Yeah, I can imagine so. I can remember, because the crowd was so hyped up from the first match, they did not give a shit about this match whatsoever.
Nah, not much happened, really. Don't care.
Let's move on.
Moving on, that brings us to fucking Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. They are some weird motherfuckers, man. Kurt Angle is insane.
Well, yeah, you've known of Kurt Angle for many years.
Oh, I know. But he's bonkers. That promo that they cut in the dressing room, whatever it is, he's just so weird. And then tag partners don't shake hands. They hug. I'm like, cool, Kurt, cool. But you were tagging Chris Benoit? It's weird. Yeah. So odd. That then brings us to a equally strange promo, and that is Victoria being relatively unhinged. But I guess the hype video for this sort of match was fucking crazy. I was genuinely then hyped for the match. I was thinking, you know what? They've kind of booked this pretty well. I can see why they're getting this blow-off match here.
Are you on about the Trish Victoria hardcore match?
Yeah. I was I'm quite surprised that they've gone down this route. I think they booked that kind of well with the hype video, the package before, and I was like, yeah, I'm into this. See what we've done it.
They also given the match a solid 8 minutes.
They did.
Which wasn't the shortest match on the card.
No, it wasn't. I didn't think it was a great hardcore match though.
First half was good. Second half, bag of shit.
Yeah, it ran out of steam. It was a bit weird.
You say it ran out of steam. They couldn't get the fire extinguisher to work.
Well, yeah. Notes though I made. Victoria is pretty damn tough. Fair play to her. Fair play. Yeah. Smashed her face open. Not looking too dissimilar from Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Alright, her nose wasn't smashed all across her face, but still, it was bloodied. So it was kind of cool. That the bin lid spot in the corner. When Victoria's caught in the turnbuckle and Trish goes to hit it with a bin lid.
Yeah.
did you catch the fact that she also hits Charles Robinson?
No, I didn't notice.
It's amazing. Genuinely, if you can go back and see that, just try and battle when it's that spot.
Well, one bit
it's hilarious.
One bit which did make my eyes roll. Bearing in mind it was a hardcore match, it was quite a heated feud. They pulled out a fucking ironing board.
I had to go this.
We're stuck in 2002.
Yes. I think you knew these comments were going from me. I was trying to be positive to start with, and then end with. So they did bring a kendo stick out eventually, but they did start with brooms. I was like, yeah. So men get to fight with the kendo sticks, but you're women, so you get a broom. And then when they brought the ironing board out, I was like, fuck me. But then after seeing the ironing board get stacked up, I was thinking, shit, that's a real ironing board. I would rather go through the shitty table. That ironing board has no give. Like, that is just metal.
Yeah, just pain.
I would not want to run into that in any way. So, in that respect, I was thinking, you went in with all the wrong intentions putting the ironing board there, but in terms of a hardcore match, that's actually pretty fucking bad. And then the fact it ends with a fucking snap suplex.
Yeah. I don't think that was a planned finish. I reckon they botched it, so I had to go with that.
Maybe. So it left on a bit of a dampener, and I didn't think it was a great match. They just lost the chemistry that they had. Because I went into the match thinking, fuck me, the work they've done in the weeks building up to this has been decent. Such a shame they let themselves down with the match itself. But at least there were women on the card, Lee. At least there were women on the card.
Oh, there you go.
So it's getting a half a point already. Does that then bring us to the shortest match of the
night? What is the next match of the night, Andrew? Is it Brock Lesnar versus Big Show?
Yeah, for the mid card belt, it is the. Oh God, I don't know what belt is now. They're the WWE title.
It's just a WWE Championship.
Yeah.
Yep. This match was literally a blueprint for Brock Lesnar in 2020-2019 period.
Except
he's gonna go 5 minutes. One thing which was like really striking to me was Brock Lesnar's head was like completely shaved. He just looked a bit weird. And then obviously the Big Show had hair.
So you were confused by the fact that a man who has hair didn't have hair, and a man who now doesn't have hair did have hair?
Yeah.
Essentially, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Good notes. Good notes, mate.
Pretty much how I live my life, mate.
Jesus Christ. Well, the preamble for this one was Big Show giving it the big bollocks to Bischoff, as we did see.
Yeah.
At whatever pay-per-view it was now. I don't know. They all melted into one.
Gonna say it was No Mercy.
I don't like 2002. So he got traded to SmackDown, where he instantly gets his title shot that he was begging for on Raw. Bischoff. This whole time, this is normally on thinking, son, you ain't gonna fucking win. You're against Brock Lesnar, you know. Why? I'm sure you weren't gonna probably win against Trips because he was like one of the most protected champions in 2002. But I was thinking, you've moved to now go against Brock, you fucking genius. But then, they laid the groundwork. They're showing Brock's got all his ribs bandaged up and everything. Like, well, maybe he has got a chance. But then this match is in the fucking mid card after we've gone at least 2 straight pay-per-views with Brock being in the main event.
Yeah, but obviously it wasn't going to go on last.
No, because obviously I know the whole point of this is a match, but you know what I mean in terms of it's gone from there, and then it gets this pay-per-view. It's almost like, oh shit, Brock hasn't got a match, so I don't know. Let's go with with Big Show. But then you're like, oh fuck me, they've actually let him win. You get classic ref bump, then you get the Heyman's betrayal, and I swear, man, every time his cap falls off, because it falls through his ponytail, it looks like his wig falls off. Every time I get fooled by the fact I think his wig falls off, like he has hair stitched into the cap. I swear he does. I want to edit it again because I'm pretty sure when he wears the cap, he has a fringe. And then when the cap falls off, he's fucking bald. I don't know what it is, man, but every time, it baffles me. I feel his hair falls off. Oh. And yeah, now we have Big Show as champ. That's all I have. Big Show.
So all the notes about this match was mainly you about Paul Heyman's hair, and then me about Brock and Big Show's hair.
Yep.
It's an interesting dynamic we got here. Let's just roll.
It's a very hair-based match. So that's it. One other interesting fact during this match, in the video segment they had before the match actually started, so they just did the exterior shots around Madison Square Garden. They showed the Sbarro where I went on my very first visit to New York after I made my dad and the rest of the family essentially traipse around the entirety of Manhattan. It felt like we were knackered. My dad described his feet as kind of contracting and swelling in the way a cartoon does. Like they were actually going, like they were that red and sore, and I made them sit in that Sbarro for at least 10 minutes to get pizza, and it was hotter than an actual pizza oven in the shop. Everyone was complaining at me, and then finally when they got back to the hotel with the pizza, I'm like, alright, it's good pizza, and I was allowed to live.
Yeah, I presume you went back to your room and watched the spelling bee on ESPN.
No, that was later on.
Shouting at children.
That was later on. And don't knock it till you try it. So competitive spelling bee is hilarious. So yeah, screw you. Yeah.
Well, and there's the name of this podcast.
I'll take it. Oh Christ. Whereas WWE decided they were going to use the segue to the next segment by showing us Al Wilson and Dawn Marie sat there in the front row. He was still fully clothed, naturally.
He's never not been fully clothed.
Exactly. I can't wait till that man does take his shirt off. Fucking intrigued now. You want to see it?
Don't think you do.
Mate, 2002 is the worst. Don't even see Al Wilson with his shirt off. That's the fucking point. And that segue was moving into a triple threat elimination tag, which was between Edge and Rey Mysterio, who are now the champs, against Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle, and Chavo and Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Let's see. My first note of it was, does that mean they basically had, spoiler alert, the titles change hands again? So this is what the third? No, sorry, this is the fourth, because Trish's match was for the title, of course. So this is the fourth championship match on.
Yeah.
The first three have already changed hands. This one also changes hands.
Yeah.
Which basically means that we had 3 champs in barely 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is classic. It's like some things never change, do they?
No, and this is where it all started. This is where it all began.
It's a shite. And bear in mind, they've gone from having that landmark tournament that we watched to then Edge and Rey then won it in a 2 out of 3 falls match, which I think was one of the first times that's ever happened in a tag. And then they had a three-way elimination tag match. I'm like, Jesus Christ, they need this many gimmicks. What are you going to do is just change the champ every fucking time.
But it also was 6 of the best workers on SmackDown.
Oh, I had no problems
It,
with it.
it's a good way to showcase them without actually pushing them in the main event and getting eaten by the person.
Oh, for sure. But then, as with all triple threats, so why would Benoit break up a pin on Edge? Like, surely he wants the team to get eliminated.
Yeah,
Like that always baffles me.
just wrestling logic in it. Just wrestling logic.
Yeah. And then Ray taps to Eddie. Well, to be fair, Edge is just pissing about on the outside. Look, he's a really bad partner. It's not like Chavo's knocked him out or anything on the outside. They're just chilling there.
I do love the fact that the crowd is just fully booing Edge. Like, they literally do not give a shit about him in any way, shape, or form. It's a good job Rey Mysterio is the ultimate babyface at that point in 2000.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But I don't know if I want you to answer this question or not.
Okay, shall I just ponder it as you talk?
Yeah. No, is Ray ever been heel? Like, I couldn't imagine where they go with it. Apart from obviously the time where he's trying to steal Dominic from Eddie.
Never in WWE.
That's what I think he can't have been counted.
I believe he had a small heel run in WCW without his mask.
Nah. Moving on. Not having that. Moving on. That's not for me. Not for me.
And I presume he's going to turn heel on Dominic at some point on SmackDown. Because, the kid keeps losing.
Yeah, he loses with his dad. He loses on his own. His dad loses without him. Dad loses with him. At one point, he's just going to go, fuck you, you're Eddie's kid. And that's it. Can't wait, mate. Cannot wait. Then Raw will become exciting.
SmackDown.
I knew I was going to be wrong, but I still said it.
And SmackDown's already half decent.
Exactly. I don't know, I was going to wildcard rule. Show up anyway. So then after that convoluted match, you're thinking, oh, sweet, we're going to get Elimination Chamber. No. Let's bamp for about 10-15 minutes first. We'll bring up Chris Nowitzki, a man, to be honest, I barely fucking know. I'm assuming he's wrestled on some of the Raw SmackDown between.
I mean,
he's certainly never made it to a pay-per-view outside of hanging out at World.
Well, he was in the same Tough Enough group as Maven and Nydia. He was in that ilk.
Whereas Nydia has featured on every pay-per-view we've seen so far.
Blossomed is the correct word.
Exactly. Whereas Chris Nowinski, I don't get it all. And I feel this is probably the same note I made last time. How the fuck does he know he's the only Harvard grad in the building? Madison Square Garden holds quite a few people. There is a fair chance one of those could have graduated from Harvard. He doesn't know that. He cannot be certain. And as a Harvard graduate, I feel he should know that.
Is that literally like the one point you got from the most exciting segment of the night?
I'm sorry, you thought this was the most exciting segment of the night? No,
mate,
it isn't.
Mate, Scott Steiner re-debuted in WWE. He cuts a fucking weird promo, which, to be honest, I'm going to brutally enjoy until WrestleMania. Every time I see him cut a promo, I'm going to laugh heartily. You're going to go, what the fuck is this shit? I'm going to go, I don't know. Just let him do some maths and everything will be fine.
Jesus Christ.
And then this actually gets cut out on the WWE Network version. But if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. When he debuts, he's not hyped up, waiting for a mic. And there's obviously not one around. He screams so loud, get me a fucking mic. All the cameras pick it up. And it's like he's literally shouting it to all in the audience.
Brilliant. Well, I didn't hear that because instead I had Jerry talking over it. Or at least it did during fucking Chris's promo.
Yeah.
Why does he have to react and like pretend he's part of the crowd? I'm like, no, the crowd's already reacting, you twat. And if for some reason Matt Hardy comes out, no real idea why he comes out either. That makes no sense. This is Matt Hardy version 1, by the way.
It is version 1.
And
thank God it's not Big Money, Matt. I can't stand that fucking gimmick.
I did check to see if WWEMatterchoose.com still exists. It just directs you directly to WWE website, so boring.
I'd have enjoyed it more if it redirected you to AEW's website.
Yeah, and for me, Lee, it was a long, overdrawn segment that had no payoff because it was for a man who was called Big Papa Pump.
Yep.
And that is all. I didn't give two shits.
You weren't going forward either, to be fair. I'm just going to laugh at it heartily.
Great. And then that brings us to the Elimination Chamber. Oh, no, wait, we need to have another video segment first because, you've got to clear Scott Steiner from the ring. And probably set up Survivor, I think that also happens.
Yeah, because they also performed earlier on in the night at World.
They did.
Which was hosted by Stacy Keibler.
Well, I'm assuming Jerry went fucking mad. Instead we had to have Randy Orton's update. And I totally forgot that these were a thing. So that was a treat. I was thinking, look at this man with no charisma. Yeah, let's give him a video segment. Jesus Christ.
And he looks about full.
He was awful. So cringe-worthy. Talking about sexy flight attendants. It's like, nah, don't let you do this. Fucking awful. Then they spoke to both Shawn and Trips about the upcoming Elimination Chamber match. Honestly, Triple H sells the fuck out of it. It was such a good promo. Bear in mind the match is going to be taking place in less than 5 minutes. He's talking about, I'm going to hell, and I'm going to see who's going to come with me and stuff. It's like, he is pumping the shit out of this. Really good. Yeah, I like that. Then it loses all of its luster for the fact that he had Eric Bischoff come out and show off his branded toy, his Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. Which in kayfabe he created.
He did.
In reality, it was actually Triple H.
Good. That makes a lot more sense. And that's why his promo was said with gusto and in the way that I believe. So then Eric Bischoff, who I think had a lead pipe with him, not really too sure.
Yeah, and that might have been his thing at the time. After Hot Lesbian Action died down, I think he just carried out a lead pipe.
Lee, you missed it. After the Hot Lesbian Action cooled is the joke you were going with there, Lee. Everything that Bischoff said just sounded like absolute bullshit. Him going like, oh, there's 2 miles of chain. It's 10 tons of steel. This is bulletproof glass. Oh, they're thinking, nah, I don't believe you're chatting shit. You may as well have just gone, oh, the chains that's in here could wrap around the world once or something. Like, you may as well have just gone that bad with it.
The original chamber did actually cost them $500,000 to make.
And brilliant. And there's Bischoff smacking it with his lead pipe, and it makes no sound at all. They should have got Scott Steiner to shout, "Get me a fucking mic," because the cameras were not picking up any of the sound of that lead pipe hitting, solid steel. 10 tons of solid steel, but I can't make a sound out of it with this. It was incredible. You're like such a king. Oh, Jesus. Then the chamber, to be fair, decent. It's when it's done right. I like a chamber match, and this is the first one, and set a good precedent.
To be honest, they're very rarely done wrong. Apart from when they made it their own pay-per-view, and you get like 2 or 3 in one night, and you're like, I'm a bit chambered out.
Yeah, or than they do, was it one a couple of years ago when Shayna just killed everybody. Well, certainly killed Liv Morgan. Jesus.
Yeah.
And then just sat and waited for Asuka, and they didn't even do the W timing. They just let her out straight away. So we had that weird bit where they're just sitting there watching, and then the match didn't go anywhere, and there's no actual payoff for it. Like, so they do fuck it up. But this one, I quite enjoyed. So you got Chris Jericho, Booker T, Kane, Shawn Michaels, RVD, and Triple H. I know you wanted to talk about Shawn Michaels' trousers, so please go ahead.
I mean, fashion faux pas?
I don't know. Were they that bad?
Oh, gee, go back and have another look. Google it now on your phone.
No, don't want to.
Google
Shawn
Michaels brown trousers. Who wrestles in brown?
He knew there was going to be a lot of blood, so he thought, may as well just have these get stained. I enjoyed his strip show that he did at the start, where he takes off his, assless chaps. The fact that he can still do that flourish, it's his first match since being almost murdered by Trips. To be honest, a thing that's barely mentioned at all. Even when they're in the final two, it doesn't even really feel that that's the heat between it. It's weird. And yet he almost killed him, like, probably 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
12 weeks ago.
Also, Triple H crushed his larynx early on in the match and had to wrestle a further half an hour.
Jesus Christ. Plus he was bleeding after that
really did go to hell.
Jesus. Insane match, man. Insane.
And also, it was probably in the 6 top stars on Raw, so they did well now.
Oh, he was very good. RBD, awesome. In actual wrestling, not performing, I think RBD is my favourite.
Ooh.
I know you go Kurt Angle.
I'm going Kurt Angle all day, twice on Sundays.
But you know me, I like a little bit of flair as well.
So why don't you go for Ric Flair?
I had the likes of John Morrison, who is obviously one of the guys that got me interested in kind of watching WWE a little bit more and stuff. So yeah, I like that little flair. His promos, as we know, always weird, but yeah, as actual performer, I enjoy the matches that RVD.
To be honest, you could say the same about John Morrison as well.
Exactly.
Maybe name's a thing, yeah.
I've got a type.
You have got a type.
So yeah, RVD was awesome. Then Booker comes out next after, Y2J is the first one in, then Book's out. He then pins RVD with a missile dropkick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not much reaction off that one.
A missile dropkick, and then he pins him 1, 2, 3. I'm like, the fuck is this bollocks? So, okay. Then Kane comes out. Everyone's like, yes, Kane's out. He's the biggest one in there. That's commentary told me. He's the biggest.
I wouldn't have figured that one out watching it.
Just to tell you, biggest competitor there, Kane. He puts Y2J through that bulletproof glass. Yep. That's the first time this bulletproof glass has not held up.
It's not Chris Jericho proof, so makes sense.
True. Just saying that's the first time. Booker then gets pinned off a Lion Salt. Fair enough. Y2J hits a sweet one as well, like half the fucking ring. I really enjoyed the fact that Earl Hebner had to just, as soon as the 1, 2, 3 happens, Earl Hebner just rolls Booker out the ring. There's no beat in between. He just goes 3, rolls him over, and just keeps rolling him until he's out of the ring. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Then Kane's in the match for, I reckon, barely 5 minutes. Like he's just not in the match, but he does need 2 finishes to get taken out. So at least they big him up that way. So someone they have hit 2 finishes to pin him, but he's not even in the match, so it seems a bit weird. So then that leaves Trips, Jericho, and HBK. That's your final 3. And Shawn is getting the shit kicked out by the pair of them. This was at the point where I was going, if my mother was watching this, she'd be going, oh, he's going to win? That one that doesn't have the long hair anymore? Which is also weird.
The one in the brown trousers, that's what she would have said.
No, my mother doesn't see colour. Yeah, that is the point where she would have been booking Shawn to win because he's getting the shit kicked out at that time. So she knows that they're going to make that big comeback and they'll win at the end. My mother's a fucking genius. It's insane. And then again, I don't understand why you would break up a submission. But again, it's elimination. Like, it doesn't matter if one of the last 3 guys gets eliminated. That works in your advantage. Still don't understand why that happens. And then I think it's Trips is in the Walls of Jericho, and like he's desperate to get to the ropes. Like, is there a rope break in the Elimination Chamber? It's a genuine question.
I'm just trying to think about my SmackDown versus Raw days.
I don't feel like you. To me, I wouldn't have thought that would be a thing in the match. I don't feel you could have a rope break in it.
No, I don't think there is.
So it seems a little pointless. Yeah, strange. And Earl Hebner is all over the place in this match. He tries to get out of the ring, but then doesn't get out of the ring. And then he's just randomly outside of the ring on one of the pins. And, like, they definitely would have been pinned if he'd have just been standing there. And it comes to something when even Jerry goes, oh, that would have been 3 if the referee was in the right place. Oh, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, why am I agreeing with Jerry again? 2 papers in a row I've had to agree with Jerry. I was like, yeah, Earl Hebner is, like, he is shocked. He doesn't know what's going on. Totally overwhelmed by the whole occasion. He needed great words, man. Fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. And then one final piece of kayfabe breaking notes from me was when Shawn does eventually win for the 5th title change of the evening to make it a clean sweep. So a whole lot of confetti comes down. And I don't feel that sort of confetti was there if Trips had have won. But for this blossoming of Shawn Michaels and his return and getting that, that good face win, just proves the point that wrestling is always going to be predetermined, isn't it?
So I would like to think that Triple H paid for that himself in the event that he won.
Okay, I like it. So you feel that Ric Flair would have brought that in? Yeah, okay, yeah. I can see it. I see it, yeah. Okay.
And then the production guys are like, well, we've got to use it.
They've gone, that twat hasn't won. No, I'll really rub in his face. We'll drop his confetti on him. Okay, I'll buy that.
Do you know what would have been really kayfabe breaking? Is if Kane won the belt and then the confetti dropped.
Oh, that would have been lovely. Yeah. They would have had to somehow set the confetti on fire before they dropped it. But I feel that would have broken some of the fire code regulations, don't know.
Probably, yeah.
So yes, that was the end of the show. That was it. Confetti comes down, done.
On this one, I'm not going to ask you to rate it because I feel it's unfair because we've both skimmed through it.
It was okay. I don't like the fact that all the titles changed, if I'm honest. I know you want something exciting at a pay-per-view. We've done predictions before where we've just gone, I don't think anything's changing here. I don't think anything's changing here. But the fact that everything changed, it's just gone the opposite way. I didn't need that many things, you know. But it was all right. Maybe a 3. I don't think it was up there with a 3.5. But it did have a good main event.
Fair enough. I am looking forward to watching, I believe it's Armageddon, the December pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think it is Armageddon.
Because I can't remember a thing from that, so it'll be interesting watching.
From what I remember from the title card, I think Torrie Wilson might be involved. So we might get some more Al Wilson shit.
Well, isn't that ideal for you?
Oh, are we?
Because you are probably Al Wilson's biggest mark.
It's doing nothing but good things for me, so.
On that note, your love of Al Wilson, do you want to wrap the show up, mate?
Can indeed. We are Champs Outlast, and you can find us on all of your podcast networks. So all of the major ones, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, you can find us. So search for Champs Outlast. In terms of the socials, you can find us over on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Again, just search for @ChampsOutlast. And that is pretty much it, I think. I don't think you can find us anywhere else at the moment. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Andrew, have a good evening.
And you as well, sir.
And I shall speak to you later on. Peace out.